Donald Trump is the type of person that you either love or totally hate. However, that doesn't mean that he's ever gonna let that get in his way. He managed to reach crazy heights of success regardless of the hate. With all that success, he's bought some serious possessions, and one of the most luxurious ones is the Mar-a-lago. But this estate is more than just a mansion. It comes with its own baggage too. In this video, we're gonna go deep inside Trump's Mar-a-lago mansion and all of its dark secrets. So, let's begin. What's it like to live in Mar-a-lago? Donald Trump has a very luxurious lifestyle, to say the least. He's lived in all kinds of mansions, penthouses, and even the White House, but none of his properties can even come close to that of Mar-a-lago. The Mar-a-lago is an exclusive resort in Palm Beach, Florida, and is on around 20 acres of land. The mansion has 128 rooms and is so big, it actually spans the width of the island it's on. Trump bought the property back in 1985 for around $5 million, and by 1995, he turned the place into an exclusive club. He modeled Mar-a-lago after European palaces and architecture. He also renovated the entire building so it would suit his expensive taste. Because of all of these changes, as well as the fact that the building is, well, huge, the value of the Mar-a-lago is around $200 million to $300 million. Right after buying this estate, the first thing Trump did was build a huge ballroom, which is around 20,000 square feet, and decorated the whole area with gold leaves. Just the decorations alone cost him $7 million. So you can only imagine what making the whole ballroom cost. Trump actually ended up marrying Melania Trump in this very ballroom. If there's one thing we're certain of, it's Trump's love for gold. He's managed to put it all over the mansion, which is also why it's this expensive. Trump spent over $100,000 on gold-plated sinks and chandeliers he put in most of the rooms of the building. Other than that, there's also a very pricey 1927 Steinway baby grand piano that is estimated to be valued between $70,000 and $150,000. The huge dining room is modeled after Rome's Chigi Palace. For all the guests, he made all the facilities any other clubs would have, like a spa, a pool, a tennis ground, and croquet courts, but made them extra luxury. Trump also made sure that only the wealthy could pay the charges so no normal people would get in. For entrance to the mansion, club members used to pay $100,000 initiation fee as well as $14,000 in yearly dues. Taxes and the $2,000 minimum yearly meal expense expected of each visitor at the club aren't even included in that amount. After Trump's presidency, the initiation fee went to $200,000, which is nearly double what it was. After his presidency ended, Trump moved into the mansion full-time and even got his private apartment renovated completely so it would be new when he moved in. Before, he only visited the club every now and then and mostly lived in the White House or his other mansions. How did Donald Trump come across the Mar-a-lago? Mar-a-lago's original owner was Marjorie Merriweather Post, who was once the richest woman in America with a net worth of around $200 million at the end of her life. This $200 million would be around $1.5 billion today. After her father's death in 1914, she inherited the Postum Cereal Company, which is where all this money came from in the first place. A little while after, she started the construction of Mar-a-lago with a very particular idea of what luxury would look like, including a lot of gold, a huge library, and historical art. She had invested roughly $7 million on the property after the development was finished, which would be around $120 million today. The 2,200 marble floor pieces in black and white were one of the mansion's most prominent features. Besides that, Post owned a collection of 20,000 ceiling tiles from a Cuban castle and also bought 36,000 Spanish tiles from the 15th century. One of the mansion's most recognizable features is the living room ceiling, which is coated in gold leaf. Post even hired circus artists to perform whenever she had one of her parties while she was residing there. Post made the decision to give the US government her prestigious estate in 1973 so that it would serve as the president's winter white residence. But the government actually gave it back because of its $1 million yearly maintenance expense. Instead, they decided to label it as a historic landmark instead. Apparently, Trump had been eyeing the Mar-a-Lago for quite some time and even made an offer of $28 million. However, his offer was rejected at first since the estate was officially a piece of protected heritage. But a few years later, he was actually able to buy the mansion for just $5 million when the whole market's completely tanked. Mar-a-Lago also has some secrets. Since not everyone can just go inside Mar-a-Lago, no one actually knows what goes on inside. Because of this, many believe that there are some secrets that regular people wouldn't know about. One person that has revealed a few secrets about the mansion is Trump's former butler, Anthony Senecal. He claimed that the library is stocked with rare first editions and works that are more than a century old. He also mentioned that he'd never actually seen Trump or his family read any of these. Another mystery is the Mar-a-Lago membership list. No one knows who exactly goes to the club. According to some news reports, there are around 133 members in the clubs, from millionaires to billionaires. The members could even be celebrities, but we'll probably never find out who they are. In 2005, Trump said that he received around $17 million from an insurance policy after the Atlantic hurricane season. He said all that money went towards fixing the walls, roofs, paintings, and whatnot. After it was all fixed up, Trump added that the mansion is still not what it was before. However, Trump's butler claims that there was barely any damage done to the actual building at all. He said some of the trees behind the mansion had fallen and a couple of roof tiles had been flattened, but there wasn't really any visible damage done. He also mentioned that the building had never really gotten seriously damaged before. Trump did mention that he pocketed some of the insurance money, but maybe he took more than he says. Why is this mansion so controversial? This mansion is actually pretty controversial and has had its fair share of issues in the past. One of the biggest issues is Trump's dispute with his wealthy neighbors. After Trump's presidency ended, he decided to move into Mar-a-Lago permanently. Palm Beach is very democratic, especially where the mansion is located. And Trump is the complete opposite of that, which is why they don't really want him or his family around. When Trump used to live there before, he wasn't really that famous, and most people in the area didn't even know him. But now he's the former president of the United States, so basically, all of America knows who he is now. And if Trump does permanently move into this estate, that means they're gonna have to deal with the commotion that he'll bring. People will probably be protesting outside of his house 24/7, and it's gonna annoy everyone living nearby who has nothing to do with him. On top of that, Trump will probably invite conservative groups to do all the meetings there, which would just cause even more annoyance for the neighbors. The neighbors are doing anything to stop Trump from moving in permanently and even sent a letter to the town's leader. They cited a 1993 agreement that prohibits anyone from permanently living on the property since it's a social club. However, it doesn't seem like that will actually work out for them since Trump literally owns the place. He's not a member. Alright, do you think Mar-a-Lago is worth all the hype? Make sure to let us know in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button for more videos like this one. We'll see you next time.